Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahma Mirstuparan Takare. Vanushashi Gamisito. Budasha Gurusha Shukra. Shani Rahu Keteva. Sarvigraha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om Hrim Burya Namah. Om Gurave Namaha. Well, greetings and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Kev 100, which was also known at one time as the Planetary Persuader, which was also known at one time as Cosmic Cream, and it's really just this weekly astrological analysis of what's going on. And boy, a lot is going on this week. We have this cluster of planets in the tropical sign of Capricorn. It's actually in the sidereal part of the end of Sagittarius if you're looking in the sky and you're sky gazing. And so what I want to, just emphasize here is that there's a lot of kind of beginnings and endings going on right now. Now, for today, we've got ourselves a moon in the constellation of Leo in the tropical sign of Virgo, but the part of Leo that the moon is in is a lunar mansion known as Purva Falguni. And Purva Falguni is about being able to travel by water, being able to initiate a new challenge and come out successful. It's victory. Now, it's a Venus ruled nakshatra, and Venus is one of the gurus. And it's associated in a lot of ways with a victorious outcome. But its symbol is a winnowing basket, and I think this is really important to consider. The winnowing basket is considered to be an act of aggression on grain, like the outer sheath of grain. It's easier to digest white rice than it is to digest brown rice, although brown rice has its benefits. This is not to say it doesn't with the fibers and stuff. But, it makes this kind of pleasant texture, the winnowing basket. Venus is always refining things. It's the Venus ruled nakshatra. Apis is considered the water god. We've had a lot of water lately. Our sun has been moving through Purva Falguni since the end of December. And, every nakshatra period is about 13 days. And every nakshatra in the moon is about 25 hours. So early this morning at sunrise, we were actually still in Mula Nakshatra, and now today we're in Purva Falguni. And ironically, here in Chico, California, it's a beautiful sunny day. It's just incredible. We've been longing for a day like today, and so this is really nice. And there's the double beneficness of this all being in case the Purva Falguni for the sun is all encased in, constellation of Sagittarius. So it's like spiritual wisdom. Now, today's moon being in Leo, in Vedic astrology, it is about being in your heart. And it is about, it actually is ruled by Bhaga, the god of wealth, that helps women have children. And I know there's this whole thing of consumption of humans, what they've done to the planet's a really hard thing. But we can be, as a species, preservers that give back and are regenerative. We don't have to be like parasites on the planet. And when you have a child in your life, or grandchildren, or whether babies, they make everything so much better. They give us a sense of hope. And so they're really an important part of our life. And Purva Falguni is also the entertainment stage, the bedroom, the fireplace, places where we tell stories, places where we connect with each other to make things more intimate and beautiful in a good way. So I mean, today overall is a great day. So thank you for being here with me. We're just going to go sign by sign.
I forgot. You want me to do the thing or not?
What thing?
Oh, or I write down the.
No, you don't have to do that. Okay. Aries. So greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. The thing is for Aries is Capricorn is about your workplace. It's about your karma to the public and how you deal with the public. And that's really where most of the planets are, including Mars, which happens to be exalted in Capricorn. So some of your best work can be done right now. And that's how I would look at it. I think, today with, Venus and Mars on top of each other, it's hard to really feel your complete peace because one's being receptive, one's being active, and so there's kind of like this restlessness that's been going on. I mean, after we get to the new moon, we can set forth some new intentions, and the new moon will be in Capricorn in both Western and Vedic astrology. So definitely going to feel some newness, but we don't have Chinese New Year till February 17th. All right, so greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. I mean, all things considered, Earth, Sun sign, Virgo, Moon, in Western astrology, Capricorn, Sun. I mean, this is a good time for you. You're living it. It should continue on Thursday. I mean, I'd say, kind of take it easy if you can. Even while or be helping others on Friday and Saturday, and even early Sunday, as we're like moving towards this new moon experience. That way, just putting things in a place of calm before the new moon, and then maybe just researching what would you need to get rid of or let go of, and what's your intention to accomplish in this amazing moon period. Now, which is, like I said, it's like a week and a half away. Okay, so greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, Capricorn is 8th house. 8th house is a Dustana house. It's very challenging, and it tends to be where other people have the power, and sometimes it can mean death and, hard to cure illnesses, and it can mean, occult and intuitional kind of knowledge, different things on that level. I think of it also as birth too. Birth transforms you, whatever transforms you, and it's stuff that's not really in your control. You're a very controlling person. If you're a controlling Gemini, this is not your, favorite time of the year right now. And it's actually challenging. So I'd say maybe practice a little self-compassion. Give yourself a down day. Not everybody has to be there for everybody all the time, and it's a real place of burnout, I think, when that happens. So I think just give yourself some downtime and emerge victorious in a couple weeks. Greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. So, Jupiter in the first house. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. Our first teacher is often our mother. And so there's something, divine about that, your mother's wisdom, how that affected your life. Everything is relationship for Cancer right now, whether that is only in the career life or it's in a romantic love relationship, contracts, agreements. All this stuff is where Cancer is at, because of all this stellium of planets in Capricorn. It's interesting. I've seen Cancers and Capricorns get together, but it's not very typically. Even though opposites attract, it seems like the spring-fall axis of opposites tends to work a little better than the summer-winter ones. And why is that? Well, it's because it's extreme. It's extremely different. They're having extremely different experiences that time of year. Generally, it's thought you don't need to be as smart if you're born in the summer. If you're born in the winter, there has to be this incredible mental capacity. And I've always noticed this, like how Capricorns often always seem so smart to me. I mean, Aquarians definitely, they're associated with that. But they say like December, January babies, late December and January babies really develop a lot of mind stuff. The mother goes through more deep sleep, and this rest during pregnancy helps develop minds of these people. So Cancer, we could all use some good Capricorn friends in our court. Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. Yeah, I mean, this is a stellium of planets in the sixth house. Sixth house, another Dastana house. This can affect your health. There hasn't been a lot of sunshine lately, and there's a lot of work to do. Service to others, and helping others can actually stimulate your immune system, save your health. There might be some conflict in the workplace. Might be people who you work with that aren't like your best friends, or depending on what your whole situation is. And so it's just like another time to have to know that you're going to get through this, and it's everything is temporary. This is the universal truth here. Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay, so today you're doing your thing for Wednesday, the 7th of January, and Moon is with you today. So it's kind of like you get a little oomph from that Moon. I feel it. I feel that that extra something that the Moon can give. All these planets are in your 5th house. Virgo, this should be an amazingly creative time. This is a time where you're probably focused more on your children. And it is a time, though, just to open your heart. So breathe in, relax, feel that generous expansionness, which is yours, and know that good things are about to happen overall. You may be stressed, but just relax. It's going to get better. Everything's going to be good. Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. Capricorn, another cardinal sign. It's your 4th house. That's your parents. That's the house you live in, maybe the house you grew up in. And fixed assets like property. So these are the things that are kind of like center stage in your mind. It's also a lot about your feelings and wanting to stay home more, kind of like that winter blues. I'm more introverted right now. This is not the time to go out. It's not safe to go out right now. And but the opposite, Cancer. Jupiter's in Cancer. It's great, and that's in your career house. So, which kind of balances off all these Capricorn planets. And it's like, what? Show a little kindness, show a little empathy. Bake some cookies, or better yet, make some hot soup and bring it into the office and the people you know and love and all that stuff. And you'd be surprised how helpful this can be in the wintertime. Just a little gesture like that can make things go a long way. So that was my Libra remedy for this week. Okay, hello Scorpio, welcome to your horoscope. So we got this whole Capricorn thing. I remember this one astrologer, I can't remember his name, but he wrote this thing on, sun and moon signs together. And one thing he said about Capricorn, Scorpio, Scorpio, Capricorn, is that they help make civilization, and I believe that's true. I definitely, from my own experience, I see there is this connection with that. And because, Scorpio's got this whole creative notion and is sensitive to nuances and stuff, but it's very reflective on things. And Capricorn's like, hey, I'm ready to build. Let's make it happen. So those two things together, that, feminine, receptive. Of course, there's that Mars kind of like, and maybe Pluto action oriented with Scorpio. But Capricorn's like, okay, slow and steady wins the race. Don't, let's just build on something solid. Let's use better materials. Let's make something really happen. So I think that's a cool way of looking at it. This is mostly in your communication house. This also deals with siblings. So, if you have siblings, and close friends, these are your peeps right now. And, honor that. Keep a journal. Write about what you're going through. Take some pause time with this overdrive, maybe, social or work or whatever it is you're going through. It's a very introspective time, though, all these planets down here. Greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Capricorn is your money. It's also your family. It's about your values, and it's about kind of like the things that happened that formed your personality between 7 and 14. And gather to say, you know, who let out the mean kids? When it's like a junior high picnic. It's not, for one thing, it's like the second house is not considered to be a Dustana house like the 12th and 6th and like the 8th is. A more difficult house. It's one where we get reward materially. But in the Vedic teachings, they're like, wait a second, the second house can cause problems. It could be somewhat of a karaka. It could be kind of a death causer in some ways. It's interesting how they assign that to both the second and the seventh house, both kind of Venus oriented houses. Sometimes the thing that we like is not the thing that we need. And so I would really keep that in mind, and you just have to be mindful of your words because the mouth is ruled by the second house, and it's a lot, Sagittarius. My Sagittarius friends who would say some funny things say, well, it's horse and hoof and mouth disease. It's just kind of funny. It was like, okay, I get that. Well, hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your horoscope, and happy birthday to Lisa Schmidt, to Dan Bowles, and my Capricorn friends that are having birthdays. Maybe had one recently, Dharma Tree over there in New Hampshire, and my other friends, Ken, who I work with at New Earth. Happy birthday to you, and who I know identifies really strongly with Capricorn, and famous birthdays this week include David Bowie, Elvis Presley, Jimmy Page, on the musician scale of things. So, all right, well, here we go. And also, happy birthday to, it might be late, Susan Dobra.
Happy birthday, Susan.
She had a birthday recently. I think she's Capricorn.
Cool. Smart lady.
I don't remember everything, but there's a lot of pressure on Capricorn because there's, Sun, Venus, Mars, Mercury, a lot of stuff going on right now. And when the new moon hits in another week and a half, you'll know what I'm talking about. But in the meantime, just do those practical things that are yours, and you're the flavor of the month, so you might as well enjoy that part of it. All right. Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So, this is a tough place to be. You got all these planets in the 12th house. So there's a sense of loss, and there's this kind of psychic weight sort of dragging on you from all of this, and it's just normal. So if that's what you're feeling, don't beat yourself up over it. We all go through cycles and seasons, and I think when people say, oh, you got bliss all the time, there's an element of that's true, but you can still be sad and still feel that a little bit of bliss underneath it. But the reality is, this is not what I would personally identify as a super easy time. Even Jupiter being in the 6th house for you, that's a Justana house. The moon today's in the 8th house. I'm like, you might be an Aquarius, and today's overall the aspects are good, I would say, for in general. But this could be a hard day for you, and that's okay. You know why? Because you're going to flourish in love and life, and my prayers are with you. Just help these Aquarian people that are feeling down in the blues right now, and God, just elevate them up, lift them up to that higher purpose and place they need to be.
Thank you.
Amen. All right. Greetings, Pisces. Well, for you, this is actually a really fortunate time. This is a really fortunate day. There's a lot of advances for you right now, and you have good people around you. And if you can just negotiate this, you're going to just do fine. And Jupiter's in the 5th house, so love. There's love in the air. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be all right. You're going to have a good weekend. I think everything's going to come together for you according to plan. So just take a few deep breaths and know, even this, if you're loving it, make more of that love. And if you're going, it's not so good, this too shall pass. So this is it. That's my horoscope. Please subscribe, like, don't hesitate to share with a friend. I do these most every week. And I love your comments. And I, stay hi to Nicole, Nicolette, to John and Colleen, Zoe, Shant, Wordsley, whoever else is out there. Hey, bring it. I'll look at.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll try to make cards. I haven't yet, but with the names because somebody requested that. Let it comment. See if what you thought of the whiteboard or not, or if you want cards, if that's helpful for people that want to speed ahead.
Yeah, or if you want to say more queen job less, more queen job less.
Om
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Tat Sat. When I'm available,